There are 192 million acres of national forests in the United States, the great majority in the West. The greatest concentration lies in the northern Rocky Mountains. Shoshone County lies in the heart of this sea of forest. Its 2,640 square miles make the county about twice the size of Rhode Island. The federal government owns 3/4 of the land. 71% of the county's area is national forests. The populated I-90 corridor running from the county's western to eastern borders is flanked by national forests much of the way. Wallace, the county seat, sits in a valley flanked on all sides by forest. Shoshone County's forests experience the frequent rains that refresh the Pacific Northwest. The moisture is a double-edged blessing, however. Annual rainfall heightens growth, but also exposes the region to greater risk of catastrophic fire when droughts now and then occur. And they do occur. In 1967, dry heat and high wind created a massive fire that required calling up the National Guard to aid firefighters. The county's most famous blaze, however, was the Big Blow-Up of 1910. The eastern third of Wallace burned to the ground, leaving a scar seared into the county's memory. The Big Blow-Up also left behind many stories of heroism. The American West has been under siege by a new breed of catastrophic wildfires for a decade or more. In 2002, for example, the Hayman Fire in Colorado and the Rodeo Chediski in Arizona were the worst ever recorded in those states. And the Biscuit Fire in Oregon was the most severe since the early 1800s. And there have been many, many more. Unusually big fires or fire seasons have occurred in the U.S. in 9 of the 14 years between 1987 and 2004. Fire historian Stephen Pine has written, "The succession of great fires over a handful of years appeared as a crash in nature's economy as profound as those in the stock market." Why this scourge? Part of the reason, ironically, has been our enduring national commitment to conquering wildfire. That commitment has a history. In August 1910, a great system of forest fires ravaged northern Idaho and western Montana. The United States Forest Service, which was created by Teddy Roosevelt's administration, was only 5 years old when the fire struck. Stephen Pine has argued that the experience of the great 1910 fire, also known as the Big Blow-Up or the Big Burn, had a deep, formative, and lasting impact on this new public agency.
These were not simply big fires. We have lots of big fires. Big fires come and go all the time. Great fires are big fires that make an impact on the society, on their sustaining culture. They interact with it, they interbreed with it in some ways, and produce dramatic effects. They get branded in various ways in institutions and ideas, and the 1910 fires did that.
The Big Blow-Up helped galvanize the fledgling Forest Service around a 100% suppression paradigm regarding wildfire. That paradigm made eliminating forest fires, either by putting them out quickly or preventing them from happening in the first place, the Forest Service's chief goal. Over time, this paradigm had a number of unintended negative consequences. Forest densities increased. Higher density, in turn, contributed to a shift in prevailing tree species, from less shade-tolerant trees to more shade-tolerant trees. New tree species were also less resistant to fire. Greater density also contributed to lower water supply per tree, making forests more susceptible to infestations and disease. Other things contributed to the West's recent bad fire years, too, including persistent drought and chance winds. Is forest management and wildfire, then, a happy story with a happy ending in Shoshone County? No, not by a long shot. There is still a very long way to go.